Welcome to Lacy Beans. Today we're going to be learning how to make a tissue flower. So if you enjoy this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe and that like button, and hopefully we'll see you back for some more DIY tutorials. Here we go. So what we'll be starting with here is our tissue paper. I get mine at my local craft store here in Toronto, Ontario, and it is called Dollarama, and they come just folded. You can see the crease lines in it. They all come in, basically your width is going to be 20 inches, and then you can decide how big or small you want your flower to be. There's lots of colors you can choose from. And these ones I'm going to do 2 sheets for the green base, then 2 hot pinks, 1 light pink, 2 hot pinks, 1 light pink, and then 2 hot pinks, and then 2 pieces of yellow tissue paper cut shorter. We're looking at about 16.5 inches for the larger tissue, the green and the pinks. Remember, it's always 20 wide, but we do want 16 in length. This is for the size flower that I'm doing. You obviously can do any size flower you like. And so once we do that, then there's 7 inches for the yellow part in the middle. And I'll explain that after. Well, you obviously need scissors, and I use this crafting wire, which is very thin and pliable, and I get it at Michael's. It comes on a spool, so you'll need that later on. I'll get to that after. So what you want to do is clip the papers together. Once you've done that, turn the clip away from you, because you want to start working at the end that does not have the clip. You're going to take all of the tissue paper and fold it over about 1 inch in thickness, and then just get it all lined up, and you want to press down and get a good crease going, and like an accordion you're going to flip the whole stack over to the opposite side, and you're going to fold it and get a nice crease, and continue to do this all the way until you get to the bottom, and make sure that you're pressing down so that you get a really nice crease all the way down to the bottom. I won't show you the rest because it'll get too boring. But once you've got it all finished like that, we're going to be doing different elements. So what I'm going to do is gently take the entire stack and going to separate the green from the rest. Well, actually, we'll take the yellow out first. So just gently take that out, set it aside. Then we're going to be taking all the pink together and keeping that separate as well. And then we'll just, once we're done that, we'll have just the green, 2 sheets of green left. And I'll explain. You'll see why we're doing this in 1 second. So once you have all your pieces separated, make sure they're nice and pressed. Get that good crease, and I'm going to start with the yellow center first. What we're going to do is take the yellow, we're going to fold it in half. Try and guesstimate. Yeah, once we've got that folded in half, we're going to take our scissors and we are going to cut the tissue so that it'll make that nice fluffy center of the flower. So with the crease end away from you, you're going to want to cut the open ends and just slice about, I would say, halfway down, a little less than halfway down, so that you've got the little string. There you go. That'll be the center of the flower. And after that, we're going to go with the pink, and we are going to just cut the edges so that we'll get a nice scalloped edge for the petals. So once again, bending the tissue paper in half. And then we're going to take the scissors and just cut in an arc the ends off so that it'll, once you separate them, it'll have a nice petal look to it. Far more natural than just keeping it straight. So I just cut like a moon or an arc. And once you do that to that side, then you're going to want to obviously do it the same on the other side, trying to keep them somewhat symmetrical. There you go. And just matching it up on the other side and cutting. There we go. It's a little bit hard depending on how many sheets you use, but if you've got a good pair of scissors, you should be able to get through it all. And now we have our scalloped flower edges. Now moving on to the green, we will fold it in half again. And then we'll move again with the scissors to the edge to make the leaves for the outside of the flower. So we're just going to take our scissors and again cut it in a half moon. So instead of doing the full arc on both sides, we're going to just do one side half moon. So it'll add a different sort of layering technique to it. So now what you have to do is, the tricky part is getting them all back together again. So you have to just match up and sort of slide the accordion back together again. So get the pink tissues to tuck right back into the green, and you'll do the same thing for the yellow. And I'll just fast forward and we'll get to the good stuff. So we are all set now. We've got all the pieces back in order. We want to fold the entire group in half and then take that wire and wind it around and then twist it. Yeah, so it's nice and tight, and just keep twisting it around and then wind it around so that it's tight. You can even clip off the extra little tiny bits and make sure that it's all snug, because you don't want to cut your finger or anything on that wire. Now what we're going to do is make sure to fan our edges out, sort of separate them, and we're going to get ready to start pulling the tissue layers back or front, whichever way you look at it. But we're starting here with the yellow, and it's very fragile, so you just want to gently try and separate the two yellows from each other. So there's two yellow layers, and you just want to pull them in towards the center, just like that. If some of them come off, if you rip some of them, not to worry, because it all just sort of blends in. But just try and be careful with these ones. They're a little bit harder to pull out. But see, it's just a matter of getting them tucked and right into the center. You can already see the center of the flower is coming to form there. And you want to start on your first layer of pink, and again just slowly, gently pulling it towards the center, trying not to rip any of the pieces. And then you go on to your next layer, and once you finish the one side, we will move on to the other side. And here is, sorry about that. Let's try and do this without the telephone ringing. So here's the finished product, and you just want to sort of fluff the petals any which way. I'm just separating them so you can actually see the center of the flower. And then it's really up to you how fluffy you want your flower to be, but I just like to play around and bunch it and get it looking as natural as possible. And then that's pretty much your finished product. These are absolutely beautiful as centerpieces. I've used them as wall decor, even outside on the fence if you're doing a shower or a girl's birthday party. They're really pretty as decor, and they are super inexpensive and easy to do. So it's a perfect choice for decor for any occasion. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back and watch some more DIYs with me in the future. Have a great day.